Good morning, everybody. I did tell you it was coming into the best time of year here, and I wasn't lying. The weather gets beautiful. Now, the skies are pretty blue today. Doesn't look like we're going to get any rain, but they have been changing a little bit. So the clouds that have been coming over have been a bit denser, bit greyer. So that's hopeful. That's Dunno going well. Guava. Going well. We haven't let the chickens out because we are both working and we've both got to go. So poor girls have got to stay in the cage until the Savo. Now this garden bed never had any worm castings because I ran out. I actually expected this one to go a bit better than the other one because obviously it gets full sun and the temps have sort of been under 34 and they're cooling down now. And some of them are good, like that's a calendula, so that's going really well. The lobelias are struggling a little bit. These are leeks. A lot of cabbage in there, red cabbage. Got some white onions. I got sick of planting them, so I've just bunch planted them. So there's probably like 12 onions in a bunch. But they're cocktail onions anyway, that's fine. Plus we've got the walking onions, so I probably won't use them very much. Well, I'll use them because I've got them, but normally I wouldn't. Basil, since it's gotten a bit cooler, started to look a bit sadder. Even had to fertilise, but no go. Mulberry's good, looking good. Girls are looking good as always. They're really happy in there. They don't mind if they don't come out too much. So I had a bit of interest in this basil. Now I think this is Tulsi basil. I think, but don't crucify me if I'm wrong. Now, if it is Tulsi basil, and even if it isn't, what it is a fantastic permaculture mid-tier plant. So this will grow to about 1 metre high, probably a bit more if you count the flowers, and it will flower and bring in all manner of insects. And the good thing about it is that it is a mid-tier, so you can grow stuff underneath it. This year at my house, say parsley self-seeded underneath it. So I had this and parsley all in one bush, effectively. They really are a great plant. If anybody knows about Thai food, the famous dish pagapamu, which is fried pork and basil, that's what the flavour is in that. But that's obviously a holy basil, Thai, but this is the same. You can use it, I do. Maple, still going. And this guy, which I didn't think, this chili, cayenne, it's actually called a Big Jim's, I think, but cayenne, it's starting to flower again, so that's really good. The bounty's going good. I haven't checked whether it's determinate or indeterminate yet, so I don't know whether I need to prune it, but I think because it's so late in the season, I'm probably just going to leave it. I'll probably take the stuff from the ground level just to stop with disease, but I imagine blight will catch it soon enough. Yeah, so everything in here is going really well. I found out what the chickens ate. They ate all the lettuce. So I have no lettuce. Bastards. Alright. So, I was wondering, well not wondering, we got an offer on the house. It's not a terrible offer, but it's probably not what I was hoping for. But you know, these things happen, and at least we got an offer. So now, when we sell this house, I sort of thought, and some members of the family have suggested, why do this? You know, why? You've got a little business that's going all right. Why go and start all this? And it's a question that I've just having a bad hair day today. It's a bit windy. Yes, that's a question that I've asked myself. Why do I want to start a business and create more work for myself? I think the only answer, well, there's probably a couple of answers. One, this is such a great property, it feels wrong not to use it. But having said that, we were searching for this property. So when it came up, we knew exactly what we wanted, and this had exactly what we wanted. We didn't want to go too big because we both work. So if we went too big, my fear was that we wouldn't be able to look after it, at least in the initial stages. And so now I really want to utilise the space. But I've been thinking about this for probably 5 or 6 years. and I just really want to do it. I like plants, I like planting stuff, I like the game Civilization, I like grand designs, I like multitudes of gardening channels. I love watching people do their houses up, and things like the Namibian food forest, the food forest Namibia, where that place has just come alive in the last 12 months. So things like that I love, and I guess I just wanted to do it. And instead of sitting on a computer playing Civilization, which I have done for many a day, I love that game, let's do it with plants, let's do it with cooking, let's do it with land. And so we did. Now, I've definitely stretched myself doing this financially. Selling the other house is going to help a lot. But we sort of had a decision to make. Do we put all that money back into this house, or do we keep that money and live a comfortable life, or do we spend that money on the future? Now, I've obviously gone down the third path. I'm going to spend the money on the future. Now, we certainly aren't rich. I can guarantee you that. The mortgage on the house is relatively large, but controllable. Just means we have to work reasonably hard, which is okay. I like work. But yeah, certainly not going to be super comfy, but it should be super exciting. And the reason why I want to do it, I think, is just because I can. I did all that training. I've done all this work. Well, why not? Why not do it all for myself and for my community? So the goal, and I haven't told you guys this bit, is that the meals that we sell here will be as cheap as possible, basically. It's not a charity, we're still going to make money, but because we don't have to technically pay rent on a premises, which is a massive killer here, massive killer. It's the reason why a lot of restaurants fail. So we don't have to pay that. Plus we can grow food. Probably, I would hope, about 25% of the kitchen's food we can grow here. Maybe another 25% we can barter, and the other 50% we're probably going to have to buy from local suppliers. Now that's going to be mostly meat, mostly beef and lamb, I would imagine, because that's what people want around here. So the goal to cook these meals cheaply, I'm talking about proper, good, home-cooked meals. I'm not talking about pub food, I'm not talking about takeaway food, I'm talking about the stuff that you would cook at home, but done with chef's touch, I guess, and, cooked really lovingly, and everything would be perfect. There'd be no, buggered up the mashed potatoes or whatever, they'd all be good. And the thing is, I'd like to sell it for basically the same price as you can buy the food for. Now, I don't know if that's possible yet. I think it is. I think with a couple of qualified chefs and a champion dishwasher, we can supply food that's basically as cheap as what you can cook it for at home. And if you don't want to cook, if you've had a busy day, we're all getting busier and busier and busier, you can stop at this place, come in, you can pre-order if you want, come in, pick it up, and go and feed your family. And it doesn't cost you the earth, because even, say, McDonald's here in Australia, if you want to feed your family, you're looking at 100 Australian dollars in McDonald's. So it's expensive, and that's cheap, for 4 people. Let's say we're talking a 4-person family. So that's the goal. Now, a couple of quick things. I dug a hole. I actually dug 2 holes, and it's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare. This is blue metal all the way. I mean, that's a foot deep, that stuff, so that's a problem. I wanted to plant the Egyptian onions here, but they don't like blue metal. Funny that, not many plants do. So I was wandering around with those Egyptian onions. I split them into 9. There's 9 of them there. That came from one plant, those 9 onions, just saying, in 6 months. So I could not find a place to plant them, and so I always cast to above, and here we go. So I've planted them in miniature African swales. We're going to call these Aussie swales, miniature Australian swales. Right, and the swales actually work. So I watered them last night. I've got to water them again. So I've got some there. I've got some over there. So good news is I found more castings. I actually found my original lot of worm castings from about 8 months ago. And they were still moist. They were in a polystyrene box. So all these got a handful of rookie worm castings in them, but I'm sure it'll be fine. The worms ate it. They were happy enough. And they will grow and grow and grow. So the good thing about these is they can grow slowly if you don't treat them that well. They can go really quickly if you do treat them really well, but they'll never stop growing. And I haven't managed to kill one yet. So that's handy. I can just about kill anything. Last thing, we'll go and have a look. This shed's a pain in the butt. I've got to put a hinge on it so the door doesn't flap. So it might go a little bit dark. Let's have a look. Shut this door. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Leah's already been up here, I reckon. She loves collecting eggs. I think it's a Zen thing. Funny thing with that, when I got the chicken, she was not in favour of having chickens at the other house. It was too much responsibility, too smelly, too everything. So what I did is I just built a chicken coop, and I didn't say anything for about a week. And she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm just mucking around. And then she came out and she sort of started to figure out what I was building. She's like, "Why are you building a chicken coop?" And I said, "Babe, I have to have chickens." And she understood. And so we got chickens. Now she loves the chickens. She loves the chickens. I think they have created a bit of a pathway for her to gardening. Now she's not a super keen gardener. She does have a bonsai, but doesn't look after it. And but she's getting there, you know. She works hard. She does 11-hour days. She cooks, and she's got her own hobbies. Plus, she's been busy as doing that other house. So I don't blame her. But we'll get her out here. We'll get her out here eventually. Okay, guys, I'm off to work. You guys have a lovely day, a lekker day, and have a wonderful week. And I will speak to you soon. Bye now.